The chat on Newsday Amarillo and News Channel 10-2. I'm David Lovejoy.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Rhonda.
And I'm Chuckalicious, Chuck Williams.
And joining us right now from the Greater North Heights Neighborhood Association, Mr. Tim Gassaway is in. They've got a candidate forum coming on Monday, April 3rd of 2020. It'll be from 2023, pardon me, from 6 until 9 p.m. at George Washington Carver Elementary Auditorium. First off, Mr. Gassaway, welcome. And first question is, and we were talking about this amongst ourselves, tell us a little bit more about what the Greater North Heights Neighborhood Association is. And it's been about a year that you've been together, right? Incorporated.
That is correct. The Greater North Heights Neighborhood Association is just what it is, what the name says. It is a neighborhood association that is tasked with the mission of being neighborly. We've kind of struggle a little bit because people don't understand the concept, but the numbers are going up as we keep doing things. Just like this candidates forum, it brings people together to understand what's going on as far as the legislative or the community coming together and figuring out who they need to vote for. And I think this is also going to be really good because as the neighborhood speaks to the candidates, they're going to get a different sense of the neighborhood. We have an at-large system. The way that I've read and have understood the at-large system, every one of the people that are going to be elected in this upcoming May election, they all have a responsibility for all of Amarillo's residents, not just a little sector, not just one side of town or the other. So literally, boards, commissions, everything that they do should be reflective of the whole city, not just one little piece.
So we were talking before you came on, or one question I had was, what do we think about the numbers of younger people that are getting involved in these elections? So in your opinion, do you feel like you could reach some of the younger people in your association and get them to show up and get them to participate? Because it seems like a pretty difficult task to get the younger ones involved.
I mean, young people are, I can remember back when I was young, they want to get involved, but a lot of times they're hesitant to get involved because it's like, well, I don't really know what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. The thing about the neighborhood association and getting involved is it's trial and error. I mean, it's just like the candidates forum. We've got 26 of the 35 candidates that actually responded. And that is a wieldy number because we've got 3 hours to do it, but we're going to figure it out and we're going to make it work. I mean, there's different ways to do it. I mean, there's the traditional way, which is what we're going to do this time. There's speed dating. There's kind of like the county fair where you come in to the auditorium, people are sitting and you make the candidate go around to different places. I mean, it's a learning process and we all are learning. The thing about, like I said, the power of a neighborhood association is it's a voice that everybody can get into. I'll mention this. I am the interim president of the neighborhood association. I am looking for a young man, young lady who has the energy and the time to step in and lead this organization. I mean, it's very difficult to lead other, multiple organizations and keep traction all the time. So yes, we are tentatively planning on our first official election of the neighborhood association this upcoming June. So we really want people to be involved. We've played around with different ways to communicate. Facebook, I think we've got email. We sent out texts. We've sent out newsletters via the mail. I mean, we're figuring it out. So that's the beautiful thing about it is, I mean, right now there cannot be a harsh judgment about where we're at because we are way down the road. I mean, we've got programs like a loaner program where you can, if you're a neighbor who needs a lawnmower or a weed eater, I mean, even a lawn tractor, we have those resources that are available for the neighborhood that they can borrow and help us have a better neighborhood. And that's what it's all about. I mean, it's about action.
You know, I understand exactly what you mean, taking a proactive stance. Uh, but, but I think you need to stress, personally, I think it really needs to be stressed that this is a forum for everybody, not just for North Heights, not just for the barrio, but hey, let's step out here, folks. You know, just because it's in this neighborhood, that don't mean you ain't welcome. Come on, bring it on. How
That's
about
right.
it?
You're exactly right, Chuck. And we have done that in many different ways. We've tried to reach as many areas as we can through the participation of our moderators. Moderators are coming from all over the city. It's a very diverse group of people that are going to be asking the questions of the candidates. And we did that on purpose because that kind of, it gets us in some areas that normally we wouldn't get into. All the neighborhood associations, I would love to see them, you know, bring people from their neighborhoods. I mean, it is open to everyone, and we want to have a great candidates forum so we can get good answers from the people who want to lead the city of Amarillo, AISD, Amarillo College. I mean, you have to get information to figure out who it is you're actually putting in office.
Well, what do you feel as being a part of the association? What's the biggest issue you feel like, especially in this area, the city council needs to address in your neighborhood?
Okay. I, from a neighborhood perspective, the current city council and the staff, they're doing some things to try to mitigate some of the problems that the city has had in North Heights area before. However, they've not been totally inclusive to the point to where they've been listening. And I hate to use this word, and the zoning was a perfect example of that. And I've listened to some other candidates forums, and that question was posed to a potential candidate, and his answer was quite telling. I mean, you've got to be very careful in how you deal with neighborhoods, especially a neighborhood like North Heights. North Heights has been kicked around, oh man, since the 70s, and it hadn't got any better, or it's small, it's infinitesimal as far as the progress that neighborhood has made. And a lot of that is because it hadn't had city services up to the level that it needs. It hasn't had investment to the level that it needs. So now you have people that are, I mean, they'll accept just about anything.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got to get beyond that point, because we can be a very strong neighborhood. As you know, it's a very diverse neighborhood at this point. I mean, it's not just a Black neighborhood. And all of the neighborhood individuals need to be included in anything we do moving forward.
All right, we got to get out of here, Mr. Gassaway. Thank you so much. That'll take place Monday, April the 3rd at 6 till 9 p.m. at George Washington Carver Elementary School, 1905 Northwest 12th Avenue. We'll take a break. Back with more chat after.